It's been about 6 months since I've done one of these donation videos, so I thought it was a good time to do another one, and I can get through all of the thanks I have to give for all the people who have donated so far. So let's go ahead and start it off. First thing I want to talk about what donations have been going towards and what kind of my plans in the future are for now. To start with, I should cover some of the recent purchases. I haven't even really gotten a chance to use these yet because I haven't had a good situation to pull these. But first, we have a new transmitter HDMI transmitter receiver. I haven't even opened this yet. That's how much we haven't used it yet. The idea of that would be we could have two wireless cameras set up at the same time for streaming purposes, either in a dual stream setup, or we could do it in one single stream setup. In order to do that, though, I need something beyond a standard capture card, so I have this. This is a video production switch. I have opened it and started messing with it. It's actually a far more confusing product than I expected it to be, so it's going to take me a little while to learn how to use it. But with it, I can feed in two different video feeds from two HDMI sources, so two different cameras, and I can just switch between them at will. This even has some streaming capabilities. I can actually just stream off this if everything's already set up to handle that. So just some cool things we have that were in the works. Still looking for a Pneumatic tape deck. Chris Roth has talked to me about that. He says he has one, but that I believe that the audio on it is not working. I haven't had a chance to take a look at that. But if you have a functioning Pneumatic tape deck, I would love to have it. Chris Roth has a whole bunch of like OG 80s, probably even 70s video footage of duckpin bowling on Pneumatic tapes, like studio originals. I have a upscaler that I can put that through and post that up online for people to view. Still kind of in the works on how exactly I would go about doing that. I was thinking I'd like do maybe one a week or something. It wouldn't be that much of an involved process to get that done, but in order to do that, we need some actual way to play Pneumatic tape decks and output them into something that I can handle. Luckily, my upscaler can actually pretty much handle anything I can throw at it. Any analog input I send to it, S-video, composite component, RGB, like whatever we got, we can feed it into this. I just need to get a Pneumatic tape deck that has some form of output, and most Pneumatic tape decks have some form of S-video I can output. But again, I'm getting into the weeds here, but looking for a Pneumatic tape deck. If you have one that is working, I would welcome the opportunity to take a look at it. Next up, so I posted up on our monthly update that I was looking into maybe getting a more mobile setup, and I was kind of trying to figure out how exactly I wanted to do that. I thought potentially I could just use the production switch, but there's a bit of work that would have to be done in order to be able to do it like that, and I'm not quite sure how. If there was a problem, I wouldn't be able to fix it on site. That's kind of the problem with using the video production switch as in just using that to stream, is that if something is messed up in settings, I have no way to fix it. I have to literally hook a computer back up to it to reset the settings. So my thought was to getting a smaller setup using a laptop. I would have the laptop, the production switch, and the camera, and that's it. That would be the entire setup. The advantage of that would be I could just carry it in one backpack. I wouldn't have to carry my big old suitcase of stuff around every time. If I wanted to do something quick and dirty, I could just do it straight off that backpack I'm carrying around with the camera supplies in it. Plug in the production switch, plug in the wireless transmitter receiver, set the camera up, and we're good to go. We're rolling. In order to do that, I'd probably need about $1,500. Right now I'm sitting on about $1,200, so I would like to get another $300 in the next month. Hopefully with the next Pop Witten and the next Pro Tour, that would actually be pretty helpful. Why? Because Parkville has a combined men's Pro Tour and women's WNDA stop. my hope would be to have that laptop and everything set up so that way I could have 2 streaming stations at Parkville. One I can dedicate to the Men's Pro Tour, and the other I can dedicate to the NWDA. I think that would be probably the best way to be able to get some of the women's stops this year, because because they always overlap with the men's stops. It's hard to like get both at the same time. So if the combined stop's probably the most optimal time to do it. So my plan was we can try it out at Parkville, see how it goes, and move on from there. Speaking of moving on from there, future schedule. So my schedule, I kind of have been telling people for like the past couple months that I probably wasn't going to be able to make Dudek. Well, that changed. I should be able to make Dudek this year, so I should be able to make all of the men's Pro Tour stops this year. So, yay, 2 more trips up north. The only downside of that is because of the schedule I have in August, I'm going to miss the August Pop Witten stop, the August Masters Pop Witten stop. Might talk to Nick, maybe he can cover a stream on his own, but at the moment I'm almost certainly not going to be able to make that stop now. As for the women's stop, like I said, we're going to be able to do the combined at Parkville, and we'll try to do the same at Siouxland. I like being able to get the women's pro bowlers good showing every once in a while, so I figure being able to have dedicated streams for them at those combined stops hopefully will go over well, give you all some attention you rightfully deserve, and showcase some of the top women in the country, and in Canada too, because I know the Canadians like to come and steal our money. As for other tournaments, at the moment, pretty unlikely going through the men's Pro Tour season. There's probably, theoretically, I could do an extra event in July, but I don't think I'll be able to do extra events in like June and August. It's just, schedule's not going to work. Maybe scratch battle, but I'd say that's probably unlikely. But if they have something like the COVID triples and I'm able to make it on Sunday, maybe I can work that out. Lastly, I've posted up like 2 months in a row now. I'm kind of looking to get an idea of what leagues people want to see recorded on a regular basis for the fall. This summer I'm going to do the Thursday singles. I thought that was a great league to record and post up. A lot of top-notch bowlers. In order to obviously record these fall leagues, either myself or Nick need to be able to physically be there. Probably Nick is going to end up sticking with doing the Monday triples at Dundalk and doing the men's pro league. It makes most sense to stick to those two. But for me, I mean, I'm a little more open. At the moment, I'm planning to bowl the same leagues I did this season, as this season is closing, which would mean I'd be recording the Wednesday night majors next year, but I'm open to changing that. There's a handful of leagues I know look like they might have some good bowlers. I would kind of view this as like a free advertisement opportunities to some of the high-skilled leagues in the area around where I live in Western Maryland, to promote the bowlers in those houses and those particular houses themselves. So if you are a league and are interested in getting regular recordings posted up online, let me know. I'm open. I'm trying to work out what my fall schedule is going to be and make sure my work's not going to get in the way of it, so I can get as many matches as I can. I think that's about it for updates and such. So go on to giving thanks, because I haven't done one of these in 6 months, so the list has gotten fairly long. I'd like to thank Frank Schreibman, Mike Seek, the National Youth Duckpin Association, and Parkville Lanes. They ran 50-50s for us at the Youth Classic that was at Parkville. I am very thankful for that. There was actually quite a bit of you that put money into that 50-50 for us. It was great. It really helped us get these 2 things. Yeah, really, really thankful to both of them. Especially Parkville Lanes. I know Parkville Lanes, that was a stacked tournament. There were a lot of bowlers at that tournament, and it was already an effort just organizing and getting all those kids set up for a fairly high-end tournament, and it was a great showing at that event. So kudos to them, and thanks to them for their donations. I'd like to thank Foster Campbell, Tommy Wisner, Anthony Howe, Lenny Anderson, Garrett Anderson, Lisa Myers, our favorite LA Arch, Rob Hanley, I'll see you Thursday night singles again, Billy Thomas, I've been bowling with you too much, Billy, Brian Peach, the regular that is Rick Baker, Phil Conrad, good friend of the show Ryan Bell, sparebreak.com, thanks also, make sure, thanks for all the shirts you guys have been making out for us and all the donations that we've been getting from you guys for those shirts. Every one of those shirts that someone buys, they send us a little chip of the profits from those shirts. So anytime you buy one, helps keep us around and pays for our lunch when we're doing 8-hour streams at a bowling alley. So again, thanks to Sparebreak. Thanks to Wayne Matheson Jr. Helps out on the stream every once in a while. Good old PG chillin'. Love having PG chillin' on the stream. A lot of fun. Thanks to William Miller, Katie and Corey Matherson. Thanks, Corey, for helping out on the stream at like 2 a.m. in Mount Airy yesterday. That was madness of a tournament, I'm not gonna lie. Doug and Sharon Shipley, Joel Logue. I'm sorry, I totally butchered your name. Paul Froseline, it was a pleasure to meet you. I bowled with you at Pinland, I believe. I had Brian Peach on here twice, so double the Brian Peach. I try to only keep him once. Billy Kuntz. I love you, Billy. I haven't seen you in forever, but I love you, Billy. Greg Boyle. Wow, butchered that. James Folio. Chuck Cook. Thanks, Chuck. Chuck's been great to us. Anytime we need an extra commentator, been able to sit down and give commentary. He even stayed up till like 4 a.m. last night to watch Brandon bowl. That's dedication right there, Chuck. Thanks to Mount Airy Lanes. As I was saying last night, I literally didn't get home till like 6 a.m. this morning for that tournament. But they ran a pair of 50/50s for us. Gave us quite a bit of money, and basically kind of the reason why I'm running this. So it was enough money that makes me think that we can get to that little funding goal to get that laptop and the extra equipment that I need, so I can do a more mobile setup and have dual streams set up for Parkville. So yeah, thanks to Mount Airy Lanes for hosting that event. I know it was a last second event, and it was just everyone just potting. Everyone wanted to be there for the end of the Maple tournament. Thanks to Greg Phillips. Thanks to Austin Mans and the rest of the Mans family. Thanks to Wayne Matheson Sr., Steve Kelly, Sean O'Donnell, and Mark Parker. Again, thanks to all of you for donating. Helps keep what we're doing alive. Helps pay for our lunch when we're, again, in a bowling alley for 8 hours. Can kind of get excessive sometimes. One final time. Thanks to everyone for helping out. We're going to try to keep this thing going as long as we can. And we'll see you all around. Oh, before I go, because I know someone's going to ask, I still have not put the star on my shirt. I have been very lazy about that. We'll see y'all around.